Next week in Emmerdale, Charity Dingle is left facing another major blow as manipulative Dr Caitlin Todd keeps pressuring her for money. Earlier this month, Todd played a key role in saving Charity after serious complications during baby Leyla's birth. However, after witnessing a heated conversation between Ross Barton and Chas Dingle, Todd quickly realised that Leyla had not actually been conceived as part of Charity's surrogacy deal with Jacob and Sarah. Once she confirmed the truth, Todd cornered Charity and demanded £10,000 in exchange for keeping quiet. Charity insisted she had no savings, and at first, Todd appeared willing to settle for £5,000 before leaving the village for good. But after speaking with Manpreet, Todd discovered that Charity owns half of the Woolpack, proving she had far more money than she admitted. Todd then dramatically raised her demand to £100,000 and suggested Charity should sell her share of the pub to pay up. In scenes airing on Monday, Charity contacts the bank hoping to extend her loan, only to be refused. Sarah later arrives searching for Leyla's toy rabbit and catches Charity furiously throwing her phone across the room. Charity brushes it off by claiming she's dealing with problems connected to the brewery. As Sarah mentions that Jacob has been under pressure ever since Todd started interfering, Charity reassures her that the doctor will hopefully be leaving soon. But Sarah doubts that will happen, explaining that Todd now seems settled in the village because of her relationship with Vanessa. After Sarah leaves, Charity receives a chilling text from Todd reading, "The clock is ticking." Upcoming episodes will also see Charity desperately trying to find someone willing to buy her share of the Woolpack. Discussing the storyline, actor Caroline Harker explained that Todd never expected herself to become so ruthless. She suggested the character has been deeply affected by her father's death and everything that happened involving Jacob. She added that the situation has pushed Todd into dangerous behaviour she never imagined herself capable of, but she's clearly starting to enjoy the power. Emmerdale spoilers reveal that Joe Tate comes under serious suspicion next week after Dawn Fletcher is found unconscious at home farm. After recently uncovering her secret plot against him, Joe quickly becomes the main suspect in the mysterious incident. But did he really cause Dawn's collapse? Ever since Moira Dingle exposed Joe as the person responsible for sending her to prison, an enraged Dawn has been determined to make her fiancé suffer. Expecting his baby, Dawn secretly created a dangerous plan to steal Joe's money and flee with her children. Although Joe has been enjoying the idea of becoming a father, upcoming scenes will show his darker personality resurfacing after he discovers Dawn's betrayal. With Graham encouraging him to take revenge, viewers are left wondering how far the ruthless businessman could go after being deceived. A newly released preview for Wednesday's episode shows Graham arriving at home farm only to discover Dawn lying unconscious at the bottom of the staircase. Panicking, he rushes to check if she is breathing before immediately calling for emergency help. Seconds later, Joe appears at the top of the stairs. While he looks slightly shocked by the scene unfolding below, he doesn't react with immediate panic after spotting his pregnant fiancée on the floor. His sudden appearance is enough to alarm Graham, who instantly accuses him of being involved and angrily demands to know what happened. The dramatic scenes leave viewers questioning whether Joe's violent temper finally spiraled out of control and caused Dawn's fall, or whether he has simply been caught in the wrong place at the wrong moment. At the same time, rumours have continued circulating that actor Olivia Bromley could be departing the ITV soap later this year. While nothing has yet been officially announced, fans are already speculating that Dawn's dangerous scheme may ultimately end in tragedy. A major mystery surrounding Cammy begins to deepen in Emmerdale this week, as growing suspicions leave viewers questioning who he really is. Ever since arriving in the village, Cammy has caused chaos wherever he goes. From stealing quad bikes from Moira Dingle to selling suspicious goods, it's obvious he has a troubled past, but nobody truly knows the full story behind him. Despite his dodgy behaviour, Cammy has also shown a surprisingly kind side. He reacted with understanding when Vinny opened up about his sexuality, and later became one of his closest supporters while he struggled with his personal journey. Cammy even stood by Vinny after the collapse of his engagement, and protected him by taking the blame when Vinny falsely claimed he had attacked him, hiding the truth about being assaulted by a blackmailer. The newcomer has also attracted attention romantically. After a brief relationship with Sarah, Cammy eventually stepped aside once Jacob returned to the village. More recently, sparks have started flying between him and Belle. Although Cammy usually comes across as cheerful, carefree, and always ready to help others, there are growing hints that he may be hiding something much darker beneath the surface. His mysterious behaviour finally starts raising alarm bells when Aaron begins questioning exactly who Cammy really is. Tensions rise after Cammy arrives late for work, looking dishevelled, immediately irritating Aaron. At the same time, Aaron becomes obsessed with tracking down a mysterious arsonist and slowly begins to suspect Cammy could be responsible. As doubts grow, Aaron starts asking serious questions. Where did Cammy come from? Who is his family? And why does nobody seem to know where he actually lives? While the village remains in the dark about Cammy's past, upcoming scenes suggest he may secretly be struggling with far more than anyone realizes. Aaron gradually convinces himself he has identified the culprit behind the fires. Later, as Aaron and Robert promise each other they will uncover the identity of the fire starter, Cammy secretly overhears the conversation and appears visibly terrified. The dramatic moment leaves viewers wondering whether Cammy truly is the dangerous figure everyone fears, or if an even more disturbing truth is about to be uncovered. Emmerdale delivered a huge new mystery tonight after an unknown figure deliberately started a terrifying fire, leaving Robert and Aaron potentially in serious danger. The dramatic cliffhanger came after an explosive episode centered around growing tensions between Cain and Robert, but the real culprit behind the blaze remains unknown. The episode began with Robert working alone on the farm before suddenly being attacked by Sam and knocked unconscious. When he eventually regained consciousness, Robert discovered he had been tied to a chair inside the barn while an angry Cain stood nearby holding a hammer. Earlier episodes revealed that Cain had learned Robert was responsible for planting fake identity papers at Butler's, which resulted in Moira being wrongly arrested. Furious over the betrayal, Cain was determined to make Robert suffer for what he had done. Although Sam quickly fled after becoming worried that Cain was going too far, Cain continued threatening Robert. In response, Robert tried to defend his actions by explaining he only acted to protect Victoria after John's death. Elsewhere, Moira and Aaron grew increasingly concerned as they searched for the missing men. Back at the barn, Cain prepared to lash out at Robert again, but was suddenly struck with severe pain and collapsed. Faced with a difficult decision, Robert briefly considered escaping, but ultimately chose to help Cain instead, taking him straight to hospital. Even there, Cain warned Robert not to believe their conflict was finished. Once Cain was admitted for treatment, Moira and Aaron arrived and finally discovered the truth about what had happened. After Aaron defended Robert during an emotional conversation with Cain, Robert once again apologized for his actions, eventually leading Cain to reluctantly agree to call a truce. Relieved to finally move past the bitter feud, Robert and Aaron left the hospital believing the worst was over. However, the final scenes revealed a mysterious person secretly setting fire to Emmerdale Farm, creating a dangerous new crisis. The shocking ending has left viewers desperately questioning who targeted the farm and whether Robert and Aaron were the intended victims. Meanwhile, Patsy Kensit has officially confirmed she will return to the soap as iconic character Sadie King after 2 decades away from the village. During her original time in the Dales, Sadie famously had relationships with both Robert and Cain. Speaking about her comeback, Kensit shared her excitement about returning to the series, admitting she has always treasured her years on the show. She described Sadie as one of her favourite characters to play and praised the cast and crew while expressing gratitude for the opportunity to return.